Hello my dear students, once again welcome back to your online class. So today in this video we'll be discussing about the 9th chapter of your physics textbook, and the chapter's name is static electricity. So now coming to the topic static electricity. So first you must be understanding what does this word mean. So the term static means the rest. Okay, so static means it is rest. So now static electricity means, to understand this static electricity, first you must be knowing about the atoms. So we know that all the matters, irrespective of its state, it is made out of a very minute particle known as atoms. And in return, these atoms are made up of three subatomic particles, namely the electron, protons and the neutrons. And we also know that some of the electrons in the outermost orbit of an atom, they are free to move. So when these electron, it moves from one place to the another place and gets accumulated over a place, then that is termed as a static electricity. So that means when the charges are at rest, then that electricity is known as a static electricity. So now coming to the next topic, the charged and the uncharged body. So now what are the charged body? The charged bodies are the one which are electrically charged, that means which has the more amount of accumulation of either a positive charge or a negative charge, and the uncharged bodies are the one which does not pose any accumulation of charges. That means the amount of positive and the negative charge in a given body is equal, so therefore the net charge of a given body will be 0. So such bodies are said to be the uncharged body. So now talking about the nature of the charge. So any body which is charged, it can either be a positively charged or a negatively charged. So basically there are two kinds of charges. One is the positive. Okay, so one is the positive and another one is the negative charge. So now what is a positive charge and what is a negative charge? So to know this, when a glass rod is rubbed with a silk, okay, then the charge acquired by that glass rod is said to be the positive charge, and when a ebonite rod is rubbed with a funnel, then the charge acquired by the ebonite rod is the negative charges. Or we can also say that any object which has the more accumulation of negative charges, that is the electrons, is said to be the negatively charged body, and if any object, if it has a deficiency of an electron, then it is said to be the positively charged. So therefore there are two kinds of charges, one is the negative charge and the other is the positive charge. Now when you were young, you must have played like rubbing a scale on your head and then attracting the pieces of paper. So that means the two bodies which are charged, they attract one another. So the positive charge, it attracts the negative charge, okay, and the positive charge will repel the positive charge and the negative charge also repels the negative charge. Okay, so that means the like charges, they they repel one another, and the unlike charges, they attract one another. So this force of attraction or repulsion is known as the electrostatic force. If it attracts, it is known as electrostatic force of attraction, and if it repels, it is known as electrostatic force of repulsion. Now coming to the fourth topic, here I have written 3, so this is 4th, 5th, 6th and finally the 7th. So coming to the law of conservation of charge, the law of conservation of charge, it states that the net amount of charge in a given body will always be constant. That means when we rub two objects together, okay, one gets positively charged, the other gets negatively charged. It does not mean that you have created a negative charge and you have destroyed a positive charge. It just means that the charge moves from one body to the another. So if you sum up the total charge of a given body, it's again going to be 0. Okay, so the law of conservation of charges, it tells us that the charges, it cannot be created nor it can be destroyed. Therefore the total amount or the net amount of charge of a given body will always be constant. So now coming to the another topic, the electroscope. So what is the electroscope now? The electroscope is a device that helps us to know whether a given body is a charged or an uncharged body. And if it is charged, it also helps us to know which kind of charge does that body pose, whether a positive charge or a negative charge. So basically we have two kinds of electroscope. One is the pith ball electroscope, another one is the gold leaf electroscope. So coming to the detailed study about the gold leaf electroscope. So the gold leaf electroscope is very simple. So we have one metallic disc, okay, and a metallic rod, and at the end of the rod we have two gold strip, which is known as the gold leaf, and it is surrounded, or it's inside a glass cabin, okay, and these two leaf or the two strips of gold, they are free to move like the hinges, okay, like hanging down. So now using this we can detect whether a body is a charged body or an uncharged body. So how to do that? So if any object whichever is given to you, when we keep it on this plate, so what happens if it is positively charged, this charge will be flowing into this gold leaf with this metallic rod, and then both of them they will acquire a positive charge, okay, and as a result we know that the positive charges they repel one another, so therefore we will see a deflection in the gold strip. So when we give any object and if the strips or the gold leaf it diverges, then the given body is a charged body, and when we give a given body and if it does not diverge, then the given body is a uncharged body. So that is how we find out whether a body is charged or an uncharged body. So dear students, please go through your book. So the explanation of this is given in details in your book as well. So if you have any problem, you can ask me in my WhatsApp number. So coming to the last two topics, the lightning and the lightning conductor. So what is a lightning? We must have seen in rainy days, okay, when the skies are full of clouds, suddenly we see a light or the spark of the light, okay, with a thunder as well. So what is a lightning now? So the lightning is caused when the two clouds, okay, suppose if the two clouds having opposite charges, okay, one is the positive and other is the negative, when they two come closer to one another, so what happens, there will be a sudden flow of charge, okay, between the two charged cloud but of opposite polarity. So when the charge suddenly flows from the one cloud to the another, a lightning is seen, and also we hear the thunder. So sometimes this lightning can be very harmful to the humans. So to avoid that damage caused to the buildings and the humans, so there is a device known as the lightning conductor which is installed at the top of the house. So whenever the lightning strikes, so what happens, usually this lightning conductor, so suppose if we have a tall building, okay, lightning conductor is even taller than the top roof. So that means when the lightning strikes, it does not strikes the house, it directly strikes that conductor, and the end of this conductor is directly earthen to the ground. Okay, since earth is a very big sink, so it can absorb any amount of electric current flowing through it. So that is how the lightning conductor keeps us safe. So this is what is included in the static electricity in a textbook. So you go through this video and as well as go through the textbook, and if you still do not understand any of the topics, please feel free to ask me in my WhatsApp number. Thank you.